Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bologi Stephen. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. Yeah, I like to have you guys here. I talk about love. I talk about marriage, relationship, family, doing it God's way, and you know that everything finds a way to be connected. So that means you're going to be talking about life. We're going to be talking about career. We're going to be talking about purpose, all of that good stuff, because somehow it's all connected to our heart. But today, so I want to talk about this is mostly for single people. But yeah, if you even if you're married, just stick around. I'll still give you a gist or two, and then you find something that would help you somehow in life, or even if you want to share with somebody. So I'm going to talk to you guys about like meeting the in-laws for the first time. Yes, yes, yes. Um, I just realized that sounds funny, right? I just realized that I met my in-laws pretty fast. So, fun fact, if you've been on this channel for a while, you probably would have heard me say this before. Fun fact, I didn't think my husband and I dated for about 2.5 years, or courted for about 2.5 years before we got married, right? I didn't want to court that long, right? Because I actually told him that, look, I've done this whole dating anniversary thing. I'm not here for that, And we were on the same page until life happened. Long story, we broke up. That video is also here. If you haven't seen it, check it out. We broke up and all that. But anyways, I say that to say that because we not like we're like in a hurry, but we were like, okay, we're doing this for real, right? So I actually met my in-laws um pretty much within 2 months that we started our relationship. Yes. Now, it might not look like a big deal if you live in the same city, but my husband and I mean, we lived in Abuja, right? At the time, my in-laws were in Kaduna State in Nigeria, right? So it wasn't like we're just in the same city, so I just like bumped into their house. No, I had to travel to see them. I just realized that, I met them pretty like 2 months. When I saw the picture and I saw the date, I was thinking about like that was fast. But anyways, so I met them pretty early. If I met them within 2 months, that means before then I must have already spoken to them. So yeah, I met them early, and I remember being a bit nervous going to meet them because I mean, you want your in-laws to like you. You don't want to get into a life of awkwardness and strife or whatever, where you're feeling like, okay, what's going on here? Do they like me? Do they not like me? And all of that. Just thinking about it, I think it would be nice to record this same topic in a way with my husband, because there are two sides to the story. So we'll probably have that sometime soon. But yeah, I remember being a bit nervous, like, okay, so will they like me? Will they not like me? And then you have to, especially for the lady, you have to make all these decisions like, what do I wear? Yes, it's a real thing. What do you wear? So my in-laws are from northern Nigeria, like north central ish type. But like they're actually not like, they're chill people, right? But I also had to be like, okay, careful. Like, how do you want to present yourself? What is your first impression and all of that? So eventually I wore like a boo-boo, a long dress. It was nice. I actually tied my hair. I don't know why, but I did. I don't know if that was the first day or the second day, because I spent like a weekend. So I must have gone like twice, you get. But there was one day that I tied my hair. And this particularly comes into place if, for example, you have in-laws that don't like you wearing trousers. Now my in-laws are not like that, right? But I know situations where, so for some ladies, you wear trousers, but you know that your in-laws do not particularly like to see ladies in trousers. Now the question is, what do you do? And the Bible says that wisdom is profitable to direct. You have to find the balance between being yourself and also being respectful. of their beliefs. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So use your first chance wisely. Now, using that scenario, for example, they don't like ladies wearing trousers, right? You wear trousers normally. There's nothing wrong with going in a dress for the first time. Do you understand what I mean? You don't have to like, okay, now I will not now wear a ring. I will now tie my hair. I will now rub Vaseline on my face. That one, you are pretending. That is not you. You are going out of your way to be somebody else. And how long can you keep that act? But I mean, you can still look like you would look without wearing trousers. Do you get what I mean? You know, just to be respectful. Now, it doesn't mean that every single day of your life you will not be wearing trousers, but it's a first impression. You want the first impression as much as it depends on you to be a good landing. Don't start with confrontation. Don't start with our point of difference. I think that's it. You don't start a first impression with our point of difference. You start with where we align. And then we can now start to have conversations as time goes on. You know, that's wisdom. If you look at the Bible, for example, even with Jesus and his parables, he will start with what the people understood. Paul did that a lot when he went to the city and they were worshiping all of these gods, and there was one statue that says to the unknown god, and Paul, it was an idol they were worshiping, guys. Let's call a spade a spade. There are some people, there are some Christians right now that will not support what Paul did, because they will say that Paul called an idol God. Do you get what I mean? But no, it was wisdom. What was Paul doing? Let's start from the point where we agree. And if we start from the point where we agree and we build such a good relationship, even our differences will not look that big a deal. So he's like, you know what, guys, let me tell you about this unknown God. So what am I saying? Start in your first meeting, start from your place of agreement. Don't go out of your way to be who you are not. You cannot sustain pretense. At the same time, let wisdom guide you. Let wisdom guide you so that you are able to establish cordial relationship first, you know, and then learn about them. And this is where I'll talk to the person whose parents they are going to see. You know your parents. Tell your partner something about them. You know, this is how my mom is. This is how my dad is. Oh, my mom is she likes to do bado. She likes to do tough guy. That's how she is. But this is the way to her heart, you know. This is how my father is. My father is chill, but trust me, he's watching. Not in a way that scares them, but just in a way that lets them know what to expect. Do you understand? So that they don't feel ambushed. They have an idea. They are going in with wisdom. They are going in with knowledge. And knowledge is very, very important. So if you're taking somebody to see your parents, you have to prepare them. You have to let them know, okay, so this is kind of like how my house is. Everybody's chill. This is how my house is. If you have siblings that live in the house, oh, this is how our siblings are. We like to throw jabs at each other. Oh, my house, they're very big on respect. So even if somebody's older than you with 1 second, you call them auntie or sister. You know, especially if your partner is coming from a different culture than you. You're a guy. How do they greet? How do they like guys to greet? Do you understand all of these things? Arm them with information, because you're not trying to get them to fail. You know, there was this video that was making rounds one time about this guy and, you know, the mother trying to test the girl and all of that. We'll not even go into that discussion because, like, we don't have enough space and time for that. But I believe that if you're taking somebody to see your parents, you're not setting them up to fail. And the way to set them up to succeed is to give them information. So just give them information. Okay, so when we get to the house, my parents like that you take your plate to the kitchen. There are actually some mothers that don't want anybody in their kitchen. So my mom doesn't want anybody in her kitchen. When she finished, just tell her thank you for the food. You know, would they appreciate if I brought something? What kind of thing can I bring? Is a bottle of wine okay? Can I bring a fruit basket? You know, just all of this information will help both of you prepare yourselves for the visit. I think these are 2 main things. So number 1, you know, be yourself. Don't go pretending, but at the same time, emphasize places you have in common. Number 2, get information. You as the owner of the parents, give information. Number 3, be respectful. You never go wrong with respect. I'm not talking about eye service, not the one that roll on the floor. That you be respectful, not eye service, not overdoing, but actual respect, like actual respect and honor these people, because these people, even if you feel like you've heard things that you're like, ugh, they have done something to bring up somebody that you think you can marry or be in a relationship with. For that alone, at the very least, they deserve some respect. For the fact that they are human beings, they deserve respect. So be respectful. You don't go wrong with respect. Just, if you can afford to go with something, no matter how little it is. If a parent likes tea, go with one tea. Fruits, you never go wrong with fruits. A bottle of wine, you never go wrong with that. These are simple things, they are not expensive, that you can just take with you. Yeah, I think we can just stop here for now on meeting the parents. It can be a very daunting thing for some people because of how important it is. Try and also relax. Just try. For some it's easier to relax, for some it may not be. For my husband, for example, we're in the same church in Abuja. He had seen my parents, that kind of thing. So it wasn't like, oh, we are going this day to actually meet them for the first time. For me it was different because like I had to travel to meet them. So it was actually like a meeting. Whatever your own situation is, try and be relaxed and try and be yourself as much as possible. Don't go and be overdoing. You are trying to overdo. See, people can see through that, and it just makes you look phony. I'm not saying don't be nice, like obviously be respectful, be nice, be caring, ask about them. But don't go and now be overdoing. Don't go and just be I can't say it any better than that. Don't just go and be overdoing, and just try and just meet them and see them as family. But yeah, I just wanted to share this on meeting the in-laws for the first time. If you have already met your in-laws, like obviously if you're in a relationship or you're married, let me know in the comments how the experience was for you. Were you nervous? Were you excited? How did it go? If you were the one that they came to meet your people, you can also let me know how that was. If you haven't met the in-laws yet, tell me what you think. Like, what comes to your mind when you think of meeting the in-laws? Just interact in the comments and let's hear. I'm going to do something even more interesting, because this is another part of in-laws we don't talk about. We're going to talk about meeting the siblings, because that's a thing. And then I'm going to sit down comfortably on the topic the office of the sister-in-law, because that's an office. That is an office. And I'm talking particularly about people like me, sisters whose brothers are married, and that dynamic. That is a whole thing we don't talk about. So are you ready for that conversation? It's going to be happening this coming weeks. So just feel free to jump in, share with somebody. As always, I will talk from the perspective of the sister. I will talk from the perspective of the in-law, and then I will also talk to the brothers/husbands, because everybody has a role to play. Alright guys, till the next video, take care of yourself, love you. Don't forget to like this video, share with somebody, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Take care, have a great week, bye.